Welcome to Seoul, one of the most amazing cities we've ever been to.
1, 2, 3, go!
Over the next 5 days, we will be exploring Seoul, taking you with us for the best eats, savory and sweet, temples, museums. And since this is our first time in Asia, in this video we'll be sharing a lot of our first impressions and exploring the modern area of Gangnam, including K-Star Road, Bonjusa Temple, Coex Mall, famous for its futuristic library. Oh, and there will be a lot of eating in between. We quickly realized Gangnam is not for low-budget travelers like ourselves, but was it at least worth it? We're about to go into the neighborhood of Gangnam, which is basically south from here. We're gonna go catch the metro. We arrived yesterday morning, and the little exploring we've done so far, I am so excited to explore a lot more. Everything feels so different, yet not, because the roads are a lot wider than I was expecting. As you can see, this road behind me. If I didn't see the Korean letters everywhere and the license plates on the cars, I would literally think I'm somewhere in America. And coming from Europe, it just feels very big. For such a small country, that was something that we were not expecting. Now we're on the way to Gangnam, and our first stop is to get the best bagels in Seoul. The line we'll be getting is number 3. I'm not gonna lie, the metro system has been really confusing and never taken us as long to figure out, but that makes sense. We were expecting that. Let's share a little more to make your transportation a little easier. Let's go get the ticket. So the easiest way to do it is come to these machines right here, either to top up your reusable card or to buy a single-use ticket. For the time being, we're gonna get a single journey ticket. And the way you do it, select destination, type the name of where you're going, and it calculates the price for you. I need to check where we're going. I don't remember the station. What has been a little confusing, we've been using Google Maps because that has been doing the best translating. However, sometimes it just shows us the characters. So we've been doing some character learning things, but most of the time you'll have the color and the number, which helps a lot. We're doing 2 tickets, not bad. 4,200 won, but that's with the deposit. So to get your single journey ticket card is 500 won as a deposit, and you will come back at the end of your trip in this machine right here, and you will get your 500 won back. These machines only take cash, so you put your money here. Now that we got our change, let's go find our train. Another thing I want to share that is different than any other metro system we've gone to, and maybe it's like that in Asia in general, is how everyone queues up for the train. That has been something that, like in any other country, everyone is just kind of going in. Here, you make 2 lines. So we're in one of the lines and we're first in line. So Olivia is right behind me and the person behind her is third in line. And it's such an organized way because now the people are going to come out from the middle.
It's such an efficient concept that yesterday we didn't even know it was a thing, but we just looked at each other and we realized we queued up. Very impressed, very impressive.
Another thing I want to say is how quiet everything is. And so our next country from here is Japan. And we knew that, you know, when we're comparing the 2 countries and learning before the trip, that Japan is a lot more quiet. So now we've been whispering everything here because once you enter the train during rush hour in Seoul, you can't hear a thing. Maybe like a person here and there.
And for someone who's very easily overstimulated, I feel very happy about that. Like even yesterday we were walking through the back like roads and alleys where like it's more residential.
There were so many people walking and we're just like whispering. So many nice smells everywhere. We're gonna do so much eating on this trip. Yesterday we went to this very popular place. It has a Michelin star, has only 4 items in the menu, and it was so amazing. We're gonna go back because we weren't filming yesterday. We were just so tired. Right now you're probably like, why the heck are you getting bagels? Well, Maria is really, really, really good in baked goods.
Yeah, I think just food in general.
Just like the technique and the ritual of it. The reviews we read, this is supposed to be one of the best bagel places all over the world. So we want to go there out of curiosity and see how does it compare
to New York bagels in America.
Yeah.
Because in Greece, bagels are bread.
This is the same bagel place from a Korean in New York, and they opened one up here. We're stopping every little while looking at all the stuff.
Seeing green tea ice cream is making me so excited for all the green tea and matcha, everything we will be having for the next 3 weeks.
We're gonna have some really good matcha today. Wait to see where I take you.
And it's so crazy because you'd expect to be like coming all the way here to Asia, to Korea, thinking things would feel very foreign, but they don't. I mean, like, again, how wide the roads are. I feel like I could be walking down Michigan Avenue in Chicago right now.
Also keep in mind, we're in a more modern area right now, so that's going to play a difference. Tomorrow, we're going to be going and doing a lot of traditional stuff, visiting temples, and going to an old Hanok village right in the center. So I'm sure once you're in that area, that's when it's gonna feel like you're in a different country. So many nice cars everywhere. You see very few older cars. And by older, I mean like 2017. Maybe we've been in Greece too long, but is everyone here rich? Doesn't feel new, but at the same time,
it doesn't.
It does. Like, I feel like when you're in the big, busy streets, it doesn't feel new because it's very familiar.
But you get to these side streets and it's a different world.
Yeah.
And as more of an introverted person too, I love how there's so many places where you just kind of get your own space. There's so many like self-catering places like here. You come take pictures at a photo booth and you even have little like hair straighteners and mirrors to do your hair.
You pay right there.
We're definitely going to be doing some photo booth pictures together, right?
On our place.
I'm very happy.
This place knows how to set the vibe before you even go to the front step of the door. Well, one lox bagel.
And 2 eggs, bacon, cheese.
Thank you. This view. Oh, I still can't believe we're in Asia. We've talked about it so long, and then we booked this trip pretty last minute. Till a month ago, we had no idea we're coming.
And now we're here eating bagels almost in a Bagel Garden.
Ooh, the moment of truth.
Smells really good.
Oh, these are really big. We should have practiced expanding our stomachs before we came. Wow, this looks amazing. Smells really good too. I can't open my mouth that big.
This is smaller, that's like really stuff.
Wow. The bagel is really good, but what really hits you, and that's something that we read online, the cream cheese is amazing. They have really good flavor selections, and we wanted to do the fig one because that's supposed to be the best one. The bagel is really good too. I got the lox, which basically has lettuce, capers, scallion cream cheese, salmon.
I got the bacon, egg, and cheese, like a classic breakfast sandwich. I can smell the bacon, it smells really nice. This one's not as big as the other one, so there we go. Very simple, exactly what you would expect, but the flavor is really good. And the bagel has a nice like chew, and you can see how it has like these bubbles. It could be sourdough. There may be sourdough.
Oh, I think that's what I read, yeah. Look, I wouldn't call this the best bagel I've ever had. I've definitely had better bagels, but I think what sets this apart is the cream cheese. I mean, don't get me wrong, the bagel is really good, but I've definitely had better ones.
I like the bacon a lot. It's close to American bacon, but it's like not, there's a different flavor.
Now, would I get this bagel again after seeing the price? This is the most expensive bagel I've ever had. Both of these bagels together were $20. But we are in one of the wealthiest areas in
Now we are
Gangnam.
going to try a very popular Korean street food, which is pretty much fruit on a stick, and then they dip it in like a sugar syrup, and it crystallizes, and it's supposed to be really good. And this place actually says ASMR because probably the sound of the sugar coating, like crunching, is ASMR. So let's go see what we're gonna. 감사합니다. I heard the oranges are supposed to be really good here, and I love oranges and Mandarin, so I thought this was the best option to try. It's exactly how you think it would be, the Mandarin slice with the sugar syrup on top. But the sensations are very interesting. How you bite through it, it's just really sweet sugar syrup, and then like the burst of like tangy orange, and the combination, it's fun. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but I think it's more about the experience to do it.
Look how bright orange this is. This is one flavor from Mandarin. Another thing to note is that we're standing by the side. So in Korean culture, it's considered rude to be, as an adult, to be walking and eating. Although I did see some, they were teenagers, so maybe they get off with it. I really want to try the special grapes they have. They have a grape version. We'll have to do that another time. Oh, interesting. The syrup is not sweet. Some ASMR for you. These are probably some of the best mandarins I've had in my life. If you just think of it as just a mandarin. They were so juicy, and the coating is a bit sweet, but it's not as sweet as I thought it would be. I'd love to try the mandarin by itself because I may be getting tricked with the flavors mixed up, but this is amazing. Oh my god, we're melting. So this is basically kind of like the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but I think for K-pop stars. However, instead of stars, they get teddy bears, which is even better.
It's cute.
Very cute.
Babe, you're conflicted. Got my suspicions that you don't wanna lose this feeling. Try to be heartless, but I know you don't.
And we may have been running into someone famous. As we're walking down K-Star Road, and not just this road in general, but this road, because it has all these expensive shops, they have money to drop into the design even more. And I'm just astounded at building after building after building, just like such cool designs. Like honestly, in all of our travels, I don't think I've seen it anywhere else in the world. Like I'm just astounded, and like how clean everything is. We love you, Korea. We love you. Next up on our exploring here in Gangnam is Bonjusa Temple. It's an old Buddhist temple in the midst of all this modern architecture, so let's go find out more about it. The temple was finished in 794 during the Kingdom of Silla and the reign of King Wonshang. In fact, the temple was a type of government office established for the construction and operation of other temples built by the royal family. In 1498, the temple was reconstructed during the reign of Queen Cheonggyeon, and although the temple survived the Japanese occupation, it did not survive the Korean War. The temple has been restored since, and the temple is home to over 3,000 different scriptures of 13 different types. This is a lot bigger than we're expecting. We thought it'd be just like one temple with a little bit of yard. It's a park too. It has a lot of nature to walk through.
Although Korea technically doesn't have an official religion, according to a 2021 poll, 60% of the country identifies as atheist, having no affiliation with any religion, 17% identify as Protestant, 16% identify as Buddhist, and 6% of the country identify as Catholic. And I find the environment here really peaceful, and it's just nice.
So now we're gonna flip it around and we're going to do something completely opposite and go to a mall, but this mall is pretty special and it's right across the street. And this Pokemon machine right here is why it's pretty special. Okay, just kidding, but I did have to go get a pack of Pokemon cards for myself. Special about the mall is how big it is and the library it holds inside. It's a pretty futuristic one and new because this whole building is pretty new and it's just amazing.
It's very impressive.
They do have foreign books as well. The majority of them are Korean, but they also have a lot of English magazines. So if you want a place to like relax and come study or just pick a book and come and read. This is a lot bigger than I expected.
Yeah,
Well, it has anything. You can live here for days.
I know.
I bet you there's people that come to the hotel because it's connected to a couple of different hotels. They just don't leave. If you're here for business and you don't have a lot of time to go places, it literally has everything. So we're right by the movie theater and I am just blown away by the screens behind us. I mean, the quality I've never seen before.
It's very vivid and like real to life.
For big screens like that are like for advertisement and stuff like that, just it's so clear. The colors are so good. I'm sure the camera can really like show you exactly what we're looking at. It's crazy. So this movie theater has a special projector that is like a new technology laser, and we looked at the prices for the movie tickets before we knew this, and it was probably around $30 a person.
Most expensive movie ticket I've ever
And I'm like,
seen.
I cannot believe it. But this is the only movie theater of this brand, which is like one of the biggest brands here in Korea, that has this technology, and it makes me want to go to the movies even more. Too bad we don't have enough time to do that. Just blown away.
You know, the technology just seems so advanced.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere that Korea has some of the most technological innovations coming out of here.
I believe it. I can see that.
It's great. I mean, you have Samsung and a lot of other companies that we've all heard before.
I mean, it makes sense when you hear people say Korea and Japan are truly living in the future.
Yeah.
Once we found our way out of the mall and saw the famous Gangnam Style statue, yes, Gangnam Style was inspired by this area. It was time to take a taxi and head over to the next destination that Maria had been anticipating, where once again we were blown away by Korea. There is so much space in the back seats.
Wow, this is a very artistic. Wait till you see. Wait till you see. This is like the Apple Store of desserts. And I think we're about to have the best coffee of our life.
I completely forgot about this place.
This is what we're here for. I want this one. This is indeed art. Two desserts, two coffees, $41. This is black sesame coffee, and I'm really excited to try it. I can't tell what the ice is. Problem is, I didn't think it was gonna have milk, and I think it does, and now it's really good. I don't drink milk because it usually tastes really milky. I don't taste the milk. This is squid ink croissant with matcha in the middle. Ooh. I don't know how to eat it, but I think the best way.
Is it worth $10?
This was actually about 20. The croissant flavors in this are amazing. The matcha cream is really good. You know, with matcha you can usually get like a bit grainy. This is perfectly smooth. The croissant is so buttery and crunchy. I'm just, oh my god, this is really good.
I have been very excited to have matcha in the source of where it all comes from, Asia. Everything's so pretty, and I love how like this little thing they have, how it says, "New Day gives you a place where your dessert fantasies come alive. We make the most unique desserts inspired by fashion, art, and your own sweet dreams." And I can definitely see how it's very fashion inspired.
Let's see.
And you're right how a lot of the time you can get it super grainy, but I think it's because to get the good stuff like abroad, you have to pay a lot more. It's really nice. I get why you had that face. Look on your face when you tried it now.
Isn't this so good?
Yeah, it's really weird, but it's so good. When you first taste it, the sesame flavor just like fills your entire mouth, and then you kind of calm down and you're like, oh, this is coffee too, and then you can really accept all the flavors together.
Yeah,
Very
I've
good.
never had a coffee like that. It like, in some ways it doesn't taste like coffee, but then after a few seconds it does.
What is that?
It's amazing. I don't know. I think it might be like more coffee, like cold brew.
It's almost like charcoal.
I did a price calculation for just this one, and just this is $21. So for size comparison, it's not big.
Oh my god, I love a bit of cream. This matcha, like froth cream. It's amazing.
When Korea does coffee well and desserts, this is beyond our expectations.
This cake is pistachio, praline, sponge cake inside. And honestly, looking at this, it looks fake. The texture and the flavors are really nice. I don't like things that are too sweet when it comes to dessert. And it's quite balanced with the sweetness for dessert. And the cream is like, it's very light. It's very good. Try the other one.
If you come here, don't over-order because you cannot pack the dessert, so you have to eat everything here. So I'm prepared. All right, we're gonna dive into this. This is our lunch.
I think this place is the perfect example to show how presentation can really trick your brain. Like the croissant, when looking at it, you wouldn't think it would taste how it tastes. It just tastes like a really good buttery croissant. And also like the cake, it looks fake. And then it's just like a really good pure dessert when you have it in your mouth. And I really like those things. Very happy. We have come for some beers and chicken wings.
So we came to eat fried chicken because fried chicken is a very popular dish here in Korea. And of course we had to get some local beers. Mine is an amber, and Olivia is having an IPA from Itaewon, which is Itaewon, which is actually the area here. And instead of saying Indian Pale Ale, it's Itaewon Pale Ale.
In this place, everything smells so good. We got honey butter, which is probably my favorite Korean flavor ever. Parmesan garlic, a big onion ring, Gnam, which is a type of Korean pho, and then Korean glaze, so more traditional. And coleslaw.
What are you gonna have first?
I'm gonna go with the honey butter. That combination is just a combination. Like I can't even. It's so good. It's so good.
Which one is this?
This is the Gangnam sauce, which I think may be a house sauce that they make. And it's Korean glaze, just lightly spicy.
All right, I'm gonna start with the Parmesan garlic. Oh wow, it's like a jelly. I was wondering, how is a giant onion ring that there's no onions that are so big? Duh, like they kind of grind it up. Korean slab jelly, so onion jelly, anyone? This is genius. If you don't mind the texture, I don't know how Olivia's gonna like the texture. With your typical onion ring, you actually like get stringy, you end up with some pieces where it doesn't actually have onion. This, you're gonna have onion in every single bite, and it's filled with onion. The sauce is amazing. I'm gonna try the Korean glaze. That's very nice. I'm excited to try the honey butter. They have honey butter chips here in Korea, and they're so amazing.
I haven't eaten one bad thing. That's genius. And the flavor of the sauce too, and the onion ring.
Talking about how genius Koreans are, I just gotta say something about something earlier today with the teppo when we're taking off our shoes. It's just, in general, a lot of things that should be common sense, especially with hygiene. I'm a germaphobe, so like, I'm very careful about contamination and all that stuff. Koreans get it. I haven't been to another Asian country, so I don't know about the rest of Asia. But the hygiene here is unbelievable, and I am so happy about it. Everything is so clean. It's like the Western world, certain things don't click. They try to be clean, but it doesn't make sense. I can give you an example and going around, but I'm so excited to continue eating. I can't wait for tomorrow and the rest of the goodies we're gonna eat. I love it here. Have I said how much I love it here? I love it.